I don't know what's going on. I just started making video and just go with it. Something happens in the end.
cracked on a Chevrolet. My cigarettes in the ashtray. The engine's off and the radio's down, so nervous my whole body shakes. The parking lot's full of people and they ready to see the preacher man. Time to open up for the main act. I guess that makes me a deacon. I promise that I won't let me down. And check myself in the mirror one time. Say my prayer and then I sip the ground. Light another smoke and step outside. Walk inside and take a look around. As I try to remember all of my lines. Guess it's time for me to face the crowd and give the people my time. Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash.
These people standing on front row, trying to see through me like a window. I'm wearing my soul on my sleeve, but they look at me through a pinhole. All I see is this opportunity to see at least one of you in me, but I can't seem to win them over, so I swallow the humility. 15 minutes to hold them down, and I'm just wishing that it would fly by. It's like my whole world hits the ground. All I wanted to do was have a good time. Hold me under, but I will not drown. All I really know how to do is survive. Next time that I come to your town, I'll be the fucking headline. Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash.
I'm not supposed to be this person, I suppose. I'm not supposed to be this rapper poking holes at stereotypes, or to write this juxtaposing flow to beats it shows. I hold the microphone and out me goes, these songs and quotables. Call me nasty, say I stink, or hit the sink and hold your nose, cause I'm about as convincible as a bum in stolen clothes till they go with those. I got dreams like fish got gills. I can't survive in this lake water without a deal, but I can build Noah's Ark without a power drill. Look at this crowd like it's a battlefield. Tell them my travels, my triumphs, my failures, my family loud and clear. Let them all judge, I don't care how they feel. Fuck it, what do I care? I'm my personal shrink. Throw my heart down on the ground, stomp it, use the blood for the ink. I'm used to purple and pink bruises, so thanks for the tools. It's just a brick for the mansion, another stitch in the pants of a Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash.
All the shit that you dish out. Ain't got no check form if you checking in, motherfucker, check this out. Ain't much I can do, but I do what I can. But I'm not a fool, there's no need to pretend. Just because you got yourself in some shit, it doesn't mean I have to come deal with it. You handle your own when you become a man, and become a man when you handle your own. Ain't much I can do, but I do what I can. But what can I do if I do till it's gone? a mess now. Come on. Ain't much I could do, but I do what I can. But I'm not a fool, there's no need to pretend. Just because you got yourself in some shit, it doesn't mean I have to come deal with it. You handle your own when you become a man, and become a man when you handle your own. Ain't much I could do, but I do what I can. But what can I do if I do till it's gone? Oh, oh, till it's gone. Oh, oh, till it's gone. Oh, oh, till it's gone. Oh, what can I do if I do till it's gone?
Well, I was hoping to get here a lot earlier, but here we are on Highway 3. We're at Frank's Slide. This phone shows pretty good, even though it looks way darker than what it is, but that's where the slide was. I can't remember. I'm gonna have to look it up, but there used to be a town at the bottom of the mine somewhere in one side or the other here of the highway, and all the residents were woke up in the middle of the night by this rumble, and I can't remember how many people actually perished in it, but there used to be a mine on the hillside up there, and the whole hillside gave way, came down here, across where Frank's sitting, at Frank's Slide. Whoa, check that out. Stopped here a few times. So Frank's Slide happened in 1903, April 29th, and I was actually there April 28th, 2022. Which is kind of weird. I was like, oh, I almost missed it by a day, and we're off a year from its 100th anniversary, I guess. So 4:10 a.m., April 29th, 1903, the people of Frank, Alberta were woken up by a landslide, which was all over in 2 minutes, and I think they said it was 110 million tons of rock came down the mountain. The problem is that they had tapped in tunnels all in this whole mountain. They were mining coal, and due to the saturation from water getting in and the sedimentary layers of rock in that mountain were like horizontal. So over the years of the water seeping in, getting into those sedimentary rocks, and freezing, warming, and kind of like hydrojacking the layers, it was inevitable that there was going to be a problem down the road. But 1903, nobody thought about that. They're just like, yeah, let's get these coal hardened-ass mofos. And there was also a small fault line right at the bottom of the mountain too, which I guess nobody knew until after, so. Oh, that's a nice piece of rock. Frank the Tank at Frank's Slide. Need a picture of that. So yeah, that's a pretty crazy event. There's a mine just down here too that does mine tours. Castle Mountain Ski Hill, I went there one time when I was a teenager. Sun is just setting. Obviously, we just went through ranch lands. It's municipal district number 66. It's like the sweetest part of Alberta. It's all ranch land. War-drawn ranch is like, I don't even know how big it is, like half of that place, but I always like coming down. We used to come down here all the time for Devon, Canada, the Coleman, which is just like another maybe half hour down the road, but we're going like another hour past that. Just over the border, I think, into BC. So I went all the way from Saskatchewan. I kissed the Saskatchewan border this morning, got loaded tanks for Total, brought them back to Totals and Black Falls, and half hour back to the yard, and he was like, want to go to Crowsnest? I'm like, yeah, of course. Who doesn't want to come down here? This place is always a good place to come. I love coming down here. How do I get up here? I'm a Capricorn, so I'm part goat, except for my goat tail is a fish. Fish tail. I want to get a sweet shot of Frank before it gets too dark. Someone was parked here, unfortunately. Maybe it was gold. Can I get up on this rock? It's too far away almost. I can zoom. I got this expensive camera. You guys have probably been seeing that. I tried to fix it this morning and I pulled out the light and it was gangrene on one of the inserts that go into the back of the LED. It's like, shit. I'm like, I didn't have time to fix it this morning, so where would we be? So I think we're like an hour from Fernie, something like that. And then just beyond that is Montana. Hey guys, I'm pretty close. Shout out to Myron and Shannon. I'm sure there's other people in Montana that watch that. Don't really ever say they're from Montana. Except for I don't know exactly what area. I know I'm closest to like Whitefish, Kalispell. That's my most knowledge of Montana. And then go across at Great Falls, I think, from Lethbridge one time. That was it. But I better get going before I run out of log here. I'm back in a bit.
On April 22nd of 1903, from the Indian reservation came a withered old Cree. He came to the pass of the old Crowsnest in the rugged Rocky Mountains of the great Northwest. He came to warn the white men to leave their mining town, for the top of the Turtle Mountain, he said, was soon to come crashing down. He said that before another sun would ever come to show, that 1,000,000 tons of rock would slide to the valley far below. And oh my God, how that mountain came down. Oh, how the mountain came down, down, down. The whole town of Frank was buried in the ground. Oh my God, how that mountain came down. They laughed at the warning, and they paid him no heed. For who could trust the ravings, they said, of a crazy old Cree? That rock had been surveyed by the mining engineers, who said the mountain would be standing there for another 1,000 years. So nobody listened, and the old man, he left, and the miners were now descending for the midnight shift. The whole town was quiet now, like nothing was afoul, but a dog was heard to whimper with the strangest kind of howl. All the men were working now in the coal down below, and the monster rock was moving ever slow, slow, slow. The stealthy mountain creeping sealed the mine like a tomb on the 23rd of April, on that dark day of doom. The sun had almost risen, with the miners in despair, when the top of the Turtle Mountain, it went rising up in the air. With a mighty beastly grumble like all hell was at the door, the giant rock had tumbled all across the valley floor. And oh my God, how that mountain came down. Oh, how the mountain came down, down, down. The whole town of Frank was buried in the ground. Oh my God, how that mountain came down. Now everything was silent where life once used to be. No mine, no town, no people, not a shingle could be seen. When someone found a wee baby from out of the rock she cried. She became the sole survivor, and they called her Frankie Slide. But no amount of excavation could save another soul. The day that Turtle Mountain took its deadly human toll, and throughout the Rocky Mountains, friends, even to this very day, many people whisper and shudder, and they tremble when they say, "Oh my God, how that mountain came down. Oh, how the mountain came down, down, down. The whole town of Frank was buried in the ground. Oh my God, how that mountain came down. Oh, how the mountain came down, down, down."
I'm somewhere. Right by a sweet ass lake by the looks of it. Nice big pull out here. No burritos, but it's a ham and cheese croissant courtesy of Black Fault IGA at I think like $6.99 a pop for two of these little guys. I gotta log off. The logbook was yelling at me. Better wait another 4 minutes to make it an even hour. It's not right beside the highway, but it's pretty close. I think it'll be quiet enough. Day started out, I was just gonna go haul 2 tanks from Lloydminster for total, and I was like, well, I'm just being a tractor. I'm like, I'm not gonna take any footage, screw it. And before I know it, I'm like, well, these clouds look sick, so I was just gonna get some cool clouds and try to make something, because I basically have nothing left to make right now. And then I'm like, well, the truck is shiny, so I did a little bit of some cinematic at Vermilion scales there. I was all like looking at the truck, trying to get some reflections of the cloud in the back and all that, yada yada. Then I got almost back to Black Falls, and he was like, oh, I need you to go to Crowsnest Pass. I'm like, yes. And then I was like, oh, it's gonna be dark just as I get to the sweet spot, which it was, but that whole ranch area is pretty sweet too. I like taking that. You cut off at Natton on 533, and that jogs over to 22, and then that's 22 comes all the way to 3. I used to take that way quite a bit because I just like the scenery. And actually, when I first moved to Red Deer, I drove my hydrovac through there. I was like, whoa. I'm like, I've been Grand Prairie bound, and then Red Deer, I was like Prairie bound for quite a while. I was around Edmonton and Spruce Grove, Stony Plain, been in the oil fields, and haven't really seen any like mountains since I left the Yukon. So it's been like 3-4 years. So I was like, whoa. I was like, this is a pretty sweet area. I was like, I'd like to live out here. Not a chance, too expensive. And so yeah, I always like coming out here. I've only been down here past Coleman, not very much, because right at Coleman is the trunk road, which the forestry trunk road kind of jogs all the way along the Rocky Mountains. It's kind of like the logging road, where I don't know how much they use it anymore on this end, but there's still logging in the area. Just I don't see any logging trucks ever down here, but I'm sure it's here somewhere. But anyways, eat in the morning. We're gonna go just like another 2 kilometers to Probably a CP yard of some sort, and pick up rather a loader and attachments or a speed swing. Should be beacons off. You're in the parking lot. Speed swing is like a supersized loader that's got like this grapple that picks from side to side. It's got a magnet. They use it to pick up spikes. They use it to pick up it's got a clamp so you can pick up like rail, stuff like that. Whatever, it does all sorts of stuff. And it's got a high track on it, we call it. So it's got the wheels, so it goes and it sits on the track, and then it can rip down the track. Anyways, eat this, call my wife, log off. I'll see you guys in the morning.
Sundown in the Paris of the Prairie, we kings of all treasures buried, and all you hear are the rusty breezes pushing around the weather vane Jesus. Zippo lighter, he sees the killer's face. Maybe it's someone standing in a killer's place. 20 years for nothing, well, that's nothing new. Besides, no one's interested in something you didn't do. We kings and pretty things, let's just see what the morning brings. There's a dream he dreams where the high school's didn't start. It's a museum and we're all locked up in it after dark. The walls are lined all yellow, gray and sinister, hung with pictures of our parents' prime ministers. We kings and pretty things, wait and see what tomorrow brings. Late breaking story on the CBC. A nation whispers we always knew that he'd go free. They add you can't be fond of living in the past. If you are, then there's no way that you're gonna last. We kings and pretty things, let's just see what tomorrow brings. We kings
much of the 360 got. It was dead when I grabbed it off the headache rack. I gotta back it up a little bit more. Tucking these in. I was struggling because these tires are fatter than normal. So I was like, oh, I'll just line up this one side. And then when I lined up that side, I was like, whoa, that's not lined up at all. I didn't know how much I am on perfection. I'm like, it's gotta look good going down the road, and the bucket's offset to one side, so I'm shitty today. I just woke up. I'll come back some more and put the forks down, but these fucking things bottom out on the trailer. Sucks. They can't get the pin in because they customized it. Made it wrong. None of the pinholes fit. Or it's too long and it's sticking out, so I'm gonna have to make that look like it's in, I guess. I think I had better luck loading our Cypress loader. Well, it's on the edge. The tire's just bolted. Does that count? You can tell they've had to do some reconstruction from those wheels. These ones are kind of low. But anyways, chain her down and get going here so I can get back to Coleman and get coffee up in me. No coffee yet. Practically dying. That's better.
Ever had one of those days, all you wanna be's alone? All you really want is a feel-good song. Turn the music up, this one's for you. I'ma change the colors, baby, no more being blue. Been thinking about it all week and I'm ready to get it on. Tailgates and 10 legs and bonfire songs. Bonfire songs. Swing by the beer store, load up on natural light. Stop by K-Jack's, pick up some Tennessee shine. Hang a left by the milk barn on a one-lane gravel road. They keep it coming about a quarter mile until you see the glow. I'll be standing on my toolbox, guitar and beer in hand. Climb on up and sing with me as loud as you can, because we've been waiting for it all week long. The guitar man just play us a feel-good song. Pick us something we can all sing to. Raise up our glass and sing it back to you. We've been waiting for it all week long. The guitar man just play us a feel-good song. Just play us a feel-good song. Just play us a feel-good
Bacardi and a Tennessee Titan with a half a case of Natty and a jar of White Lightning. Hide my keys underneath my seat. I'm about to knock myself out of alignment. So give me 3 steps to sweet home Alabama, somewhere between Nashville and Atlanta. We out here drinking, dancing, bonfire burning, backwoods romancing. Hey baby, come a little closer. Get you some Tennessee shine. You won't be sober when it's over. Hey baby, come a little closer. Get you some Tennessee shine. You gon' be in love before the night's over. When that guitar man gets to playing it loud, Kevin know how to put a sway in the crowd. Russ know how to make him put their hands up, and Thrash got the beats to knock him down. And I'm bad to the bone, they blowing up my phone. My home is in the zone, I'm gone on that Patron. I'm known for getting thrown, and my redneck gets shown till the break of dawn. Come on, we've been waiting for it all week long. It's our man, just play us a feel-good song. Pick us something we can all sing to. Raise up our glass, sing it back. We've been waiting for it all week long. The guitar man, just play us a feel-good song. Pick us something we can all sing to. Raise up our glass, sing it back to you. We've been waiting for it all week long. The guitar man, just play us a feel-good song.
Forgotten thoughts of yesterdays. Through my eyes I see the past. Well, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know why. I believe in the truth from inside. Will money buy? Well, I'll take my time as I drift and unwanted, live my life in shame. Who's to blame for my take my time as I drift and die, as I drift and die, as I drift and die, as I drift and die.
The world was on fire, no one saved me but you. Strange what is that will make people do. I never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you. I never dreamed that I'd miss somebody like you. And I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you. What a wicked game you play to make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do to let me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say. You never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do to make me dream of you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you. With you.
Can you please sit the fuck down? Protesting in your paper crown. You love to feel offended, fighting from computer trenches. You gotta set my automatic on. Go easy now. And you're so low, and you're so low, and you're so low. And you're so low, and you're so low.
It's gonna bottom out, I know it. Just need the clarification from the boss to pin it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna rub because it rubbed going on, so. And they're up all the way. Go ahead. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You're good. He said I'm good. That's all that matters.
Everyone's yelling. It's cracking the ceiling, paint peeling like banana floor splitting, wood splintering. The noise is deafening. Ring the alarm, another sound is copulating. Spread eagle on my eardrums, choking on Twitter, come on the summer doldrums, on the sonic boredom, on this congeniality, strangled incessantly by the speaker hum. Screaming monks, usually numb. God can't whisper when the bass is up.
You gotta set my automatic mode. Go easy now. And you're so low, and you're so low, and you're so low. And you're so low, and you're so low. Can you please turn yourself down? Riddling kids doing cocaine wipeouts. No need to feel offended. Born to a time when the quiet ended. You gotta set my automatic mode. Go easy now.
Another day, another buck. Fixed my fucking, I was scissoring up the trailer. After I scissored up the trailer at CP's yard there, and I was putting in the pins for the neck, and I was like, hey, my mud flap's missing off the back. And then I noticed it was sitting on top of the roll. And then I looked across and I seen the other one was ripped off and it was sitting on top of the roll. First thing I was thinking of was like, oh, I backed up without my airbags inflated, but I'm like, how the hell would they end up on the roll? And then I was like, yeah, okay. As I winched back pretty aggressive, I should have had more brakes, and I kind of go past where I should be picking up, and the truck kind of stops abruptly, and then both mud flaps swing out, and as I picked up the neck, they laid on top of the neck of the trailer on the cleats, and then I winched them up until they ripped off. I was like, fuck, man. I was like, what kind of luck is that? So, I fender washers and reclamped them on there. I'm like, I'm not cutting new ones because that's the second time. That's the first time I ripped both off. One was already ripped off before, and like, there's no point in wasting money on mud flaps, because then I gotta cut it to length, I gotta punch, find the punch, and then I gotta get a 2x4, then I gotta get a hammer, then I gotta punch holes, and it's just a big ordeal, and I don't want to waste the time. And then I fixed that green rot, put a new pigtail on that marker light that's right underneath my door. I'm sure you guys have seen it from time to time, and fix that. Still don't have any marker lights in the roll on the drive side and the corner marker, but the mechanic's like, I'll get to that ASAP. I'm like, it's Friday, so whatever. Still go to work, but he's like, I'd like to rewire the whole back end of this. I'm like, I'll get in there and wire it then. I'm like, rip the whole thing apart, but I get it. It's hard to deal with other people's wiring, especially wiring that's been patched and patched and patched. Is like, it's always easier to start over when you bought some 18-year-old kid, had this sweet car, but he had a stereo system and LEDs and underglow and interior lights and all that stuff, and then it's just butchered, like T-taps, wrong kind of crimps, different size wires, different color wires. Like, the one thing that kills me the most is people that have wires running underneath their hood. That is, whether you're not wrapping that with tape or you're gonna put damn it, now I can't remember what it is, but that black stuff you put over it, yada yada, you know what I mean. I'm quite Nazi when it comes to wiring, but I know there's times when you have to like bypass. I remember my dad being hunched over the dash, having it opened up in the cab over and the conventional, and just trying to fix stuff. But that's what kind of trucker you had to be back in the 70s and 80s, 90s. And those were the best truckers that we had. So nowadays, it'd be like, something's broken, they're like, I don't know. And with the way that these new Kenworths are wired, it's really hard to get in there. And especially a Western Star. Maybe it was a Western Star? It's afraid. Western Star's all white with numbers on it, and I do believe Freightliner is the same. Comment below if you think I'm wrong or what is right, because I remember wiring a stereo in my hydrovac that was Western Star. It was like in 2003, and I pulled out the stereo. I was like, what's all this? It's all numbered, all white, all numbered. So it took me a little while to figure it out, but I figured it out. I had to do like the battery test and the ground test, light test, all that stuff. Found out doing it the hard way, because back in the day when you didn't have schematics to wire a stereo, that's what you had to do. But anyways, enough yap 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 yap. Hopefully I got some sweet footage. This whole thing is a gong show, but I'm gonna piece something together. See you guys on the next one.